Everyone, this is Dominique Young again with another video. So today we're going to discuss opening your own business, because in a previous video I said one of the things that you could do with your tax refund was start a business. However, I didn't really elaborate on how to do that or how much it would cost in the previous video. So this video is going to show you what I have found to do for starting your business. Now, there are some things that you have to pay for if you want your business to be a separate entity than you personally. So you have to file with the state secretary, the state secretary of state, not the national secretary of state, the state secretary of state, in whichever state you choose to be in. You have to pay for that filing fee, and then you also have to pay for annual registration, and you may also have to pay for your registered agent in that state if you choose to start your business in a state where you are not domiciled. And some states will even require you to have a registered agent no matter what. Okay, so those are the mandatory things that you must have in order for you to have a business in a state that is separate from you personally. When I say separate, I mean as in you want to register a limited liability company, an LLC, whether you want to register a corporation, or whether, and then in some states, when you want to register an LLP or an LLLP, which would be a limited liability partnership or a limited liability limited partnership, you may have to go through the state clerk and file a document in that county clerk's office, which is a little bit different, a little bit different process than an LLC or corporation. However, LLCs and corporations are the main two organizations or entities that many people will use when they want to start their first business, right? So my firm did this brochure right here, and it just says simple startup compliance, quick tips for busy entrepreneurs. And on the inside here, I provided the startup costs for Georgia and Florida for starting a business. So, and the reason why I did Georgia and Florida, because that's where I'm licensed. I'm licensed in Georgia and Florida, so that's where I'm able to give some sort of legal counsel, right? So, okay, so I scheduled it out and looked up all the costs for you. And so in Florida, the name reservation fee is $35. The entity formation fee for an LLC is $100, and for a corporation it's $35. So that's what you would pay to the state of Florida, the Secretary of State of Florida, to register your business. And then if you would like to have a registered agent, which is someone other than you that will receive service for your business on your business's behalf, I did find an organization or a couple organizations where the fee for the year would be $35 to $49. And then in Florida, you also have to pay an annual registration fee. And it's usually within a couple of months of you filing for the actual entity status. If you do it between October and December, you can wait until the next year in January most times. However, pretty much during the year, once you file for an entity, then you also have to pay for the annual registration fee. And you do that every year in Florida. And so the annual registration fee in Florida for an LLC is $138.75, and it's $150 for a corporation. And then for most businesses, you want to have some sort of online presence. We are in the technology age. And so being present on the internet is something that people will do when they want to check to verify your business. My firm has an internet site. A lot of business, even when I'm going to check the veracity of a business, I'll look them up online, right? So here, a business domain and an email address, because when you receive email addresses from businesses and they have like Gmail or Yahoo as their domain name, the professionalism of that domain name may not be as high as if you have a domain name that is specific for your business. So in order to pay for that, it'll be about $10 to $20 a year. And there are plenty of companies out there that can assist you or provide that domain for you. And then the next thing is the price of the principal place of business. And when I say a price of the principal place of business, I mean basically like a virtual office, a place that is separate from your home personal residence where your business will live, where your business will do most of the work. You may work from home, however, your business's address would be this address. And so it'll cost about $10 to $35 a month, depending on which type of virtual office that you choose and what services that you want. Some virtual offices will also include reception services, mail forwarding services, and some will also include automatic meeting time or meeting scheduling for you so that you don't have to meet your clients at a restaurant or a coffee shop. You can meet them at your business's address, and it will automatically include meeting time in the conference rooms for you to meet your clients or to conduct business there. So depending on what you want and the menu of services for that business, the price of your personal place of business will fluctuate, right? And then you want a separate phone number for your business than your personal cell phone number, because you want to keep your business separate from personal. Even though a lot of your clients will know your personal number first and may call your personal number when they need services, you want a business number so that when your business gets really large, you're prepared and you're ready, right? So a company phone line is going to cost you between $12 and $28 a month. And I got that price from phone.com, and it seemed to be a great resource because you can have that phone line come into your cell phone through an app. And so you can receive those phone calls and be able to receive your personal calls without having to be in a certain location, especially if you're working from home. Next thing that I have for you for your business would be your governing bylaws. You basically need a template, especially if you're not going to have an attorney draft your bylaws for you. You can buy templates that attorneys have already drafted, and you just fill in whatever you need in order to cater it to your business. And so that can cost you between $0 to $40, depending on what service you use and where you go. There are also some businesses out there that will include it in a price for them to not only register your business, they'll also do the governing documents for you. So, and it just depends. However, just know $0 to $40 is what you should expect to pay on the low end for governing documents. So in the state of Florida, the price to essentially start a business would be $322 to $470. That's basically what I have calculated as the bare minimums of what you would need for basically a services business in the state of Florida. Now, moving on to Georgia. Georgia, it's similar to Florida, however, not exact. So in Georgia, there is a name reservation fee of $25. And just like in Florida, a name reservation fee just makes sure that the name that you want isn't already taken, and also ensures that when you are ready to use that name, that someone else doesn't take it before you. So that's essentially what it says in the title. It reserves the name of your business for when you are actually ready to register your entity with the state. Then, the entity formation fee in Georgia is going to be $100. That's it. I think it's whether it's an LLC or whether it's a corporation, it's going to be $100. The registered agent cost is going to be about $25, depending on the registered agent company that you decide to go with. And so the company that I found charged about $25 a year, and that's all that will be necessary. The annual registration fee for a limited liability company or LLC and a corporation in Georgia is $50. So just like in Florida, once you register your entity, you have a couple of months to file your annual registration. And in Georgia, when you file that annual registration, it is $50. Now, in Georgia, you can do your annual registration 2 years or up to 3 years at one time. So you would just pay the increased price for 2 years or 3 years. And so then you would not have to complete your annual registration again until those years have lapsed. So that may be something that you want to take into consideration. However, at the bare minimum, you just have to do it for the year. And then The next thing, and all the other line items are essentially the same. So a business domain name and email address, $10 to $20 a year. The price of a principal place of business is going to be between $9.95 and $35 a month. A company phone line, the same, between $12 and $28 a month. And then, of course, your governing documents are going to be $0 to $40 a month, $0 to $40 flat rate, depending on where you go, where you find those resources. So in Georgia, to start up a business is only $232 to $323. And if you want this brochure, just go to the firm's website, www.dominiqueyounglaw.com, and scroll down to the bottom and leave a comment. And I will go ahead and put this in the mail to you, and you'll have a copy of it. And so it essentially gives you the steps as well, and it gives you the cost as well, and it has my information and my firm's contact information when you have more questions regarding what to do. And this is just a start. And when when my book comes out in regarding starting a business, you would have that resource as well. And where the brochure is not meeting your needs and where the book is not meeting your needs, definitely click in the upper right hand corner of my firm's website where it says schedule a consultation, and I am more than willing to assist you in starting and continuing your business, because attorneys are expensive. There's a reason why we are expensive. We have the skill and the expertise to be able to guide you in the direction that you need to go for your business. So it's understandable when you're first starting out that you may not have as much money as you would like to invest in an attorney to assist you. So this is just in case you do not have, hundreds of thousands of dollars of capital. You're working with your tax refund, which may have been, $1,000 to $3,000, and you're trying to get your side hustle started. Well, this will get you started. And then where the brochure and the book are not meeting your needs, you are more than welcome to call the firm. The number is 866-823-9572. Again, that number is 866-823-9572. Or you can go online and schedule a consultation at www.dominiqueyounglaw.com. Again, that is www.dominiqueyounglaw.com. Thank you.